here we are at Wessels after a pretty tough journey, and just a bit of an update. Well, one of the things that sort of happened to us, I suppose, at Horn Island, but had a recurrence at Wessels. Basically, at Horn Island, when we were trying to anchor, I thought the boat was possessed. Putting the anchor down, and Jess wasn't putting the anchor down. The crew were. And then the boat just veered around to the left and then just started accelerating. I thought, well, there's was a very strong current there and wind against current, so I just assumed, okay, it's the current. And then when I throttled, then we started to veer around towards heading for another boat, and then obviously I put it in reverse, and basically the boat just kept on going forward. So I thought, oh yeah, that's just bizarre behaviour. And then went to anchor again, same thing, but we got the anchor down eventually, the boat basically just turning around again with the current. And then when we got to Wessels, it did the same thing. Obviously the currents weren't the same there as Horn Island, Thursday Island, so I thought, okay, well that's it, either it is possessed or there's an issue. So went down the engine room, and the problem was that we'd broken a control cable. So the cable that puts the boat into gear was broken, but it had broken with the gear port engine in forward. So the accelerator still worked, but just not the control cable that put it into gear. So the port engine was always in forward. So when we went to anchor, I put the engines in what I thought was neutral, but the port engine was still in forward, so it would pull the nose around, current would grab it, and the boat would go around like this. So, and then I would try to stop that happening by putting the boat in reverse, full throttle, and guess what? The port engine was still in forward, so it was going forward full throttle. So lucky no damage done, because lots of people have run into things when that's happened.
Well, that's right. I was downstairs in Hudson's room and just saw us getting closer and closer to a boat, and I'm like, what the hell?
Massive, big fishing boat.
Yeah, and that's when I came upstairs, and then I ended up setting the anchor at the end. That's why we thought, wrongly so, that it might have just been user error at the time, given the currents and not understanding how quickly, and giving you the correct instructions on what to do. Exactly. So we didn't investigate it further because the anchor went down first go then, but difficult. But it did go down, so that's why we sort of didn't think.
So we found out what was wrong, but rerouting any type of cable through a boat is an absolute nightmare.
Plus we didn't have one, so
plus we didn't have one. Absolutely. So anyway, long story short, we ordered one, and there's a bit more of that.
We had to make it all the way from Wessels to Darwin, and into a Marina on one engine.
Thank goodness this boat has dual controls. So
which is good and bad, because you can't really see out of here.
it's not designed for manoeuvring really, but because it's only got the autopilot here, it hasn't got a steering wheel. But
thankfully we have these headsets which allowed us to communicate about what to do and where to go, and anyway, it was fun.
More of that in an upcoming video.
Stay tuned.
Alright,
what's happening down here?
We're going to put the parasailor up for the first time. So, we haven't had it up, and not sure which ropes to use, and so we're jimming something up for the moment. I'm just a bit worried that the guy ropes aren't long enough, but there's only one way to know, and that's to put it up, so we'll have to put it up.
Oh, another day down. It was a very successful day today. We managed to fly our parasailor for the first time with the help of our wonderful crew. We wouldn't have been able to get that up, especially not the first time without them. The day was pretty long, as most days have been. We didn't make it as far as we had hoped, but we are here now in this beautiful quiet anchorage. The sun's setting. Crew are inside preparing us our beautiful dinner, as they've done for us every night. We are very spoiled. We've got quite a few more stretches ahead of us to get us to Darwin. Take note of that code 0. There is a bit of an error that will come to light later with that. I'm going to go inside and enjoy a quiet drink and some lovely food with our beautiful crew and prepare for the next day.
Here we are, up and at 'em again. Really frustrating end of this passage. Motoring again. We're just leaving Ocaro Bay. We wanted to get at least within striking distance of Darwin today, but we're going against currents.
You can see, look at that.
As you can see,
and this isn't even
on the water.
This isn't even the bad section.
Yeah. So no wind, motoring against the currents. So annoying. Normally we'd wait and sail, but
we just want to get there.
We want to get into Darwin, so get ourselves organised for our passage. But you can just see so there's no wind, so all this is just current.
Dragged Hudson out of bed early.
Dragged Hudson out of bed early. The bug.
I don't mind.
You see this? You see the wind? It's just there's no wind, so that's the wind vane going all over the place. And we're only motoring at 4.8 knots. We're usually going at 6.5 these revs on one engine. So at the moment we're pushing it uphill, so it's going to be a very slow day. So we're not going to get to where we wanted to get to Darwin tomorrow. We will get to Darwin tomorrow regardless. We'll just do it.
Yeah. Well, we've got the tides against us getting through around this point till like lunchtime. So
yeah, it's going to be a very frustrating day today.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. You never know. Sometimes the wind picks up later, and we'll be able to
the wind
the sails up.
Yeah, the wind does have a habit of doing.
Yeah.
The opposite to what's forecasted.
Anyway,
it is a beautiful day.
It's better than it being raining or really choppy, yucky.
The bugs.
I know. I get to cuddle her like this. It's so nice.
Just gets to cuddle the bug, and the bug gets to cuddle her mama.
She's usually so busy you don't get many cuddles out of her. I have to bribe her for kisses now. So.
Yes.
Okay, do you want this? Yes. Give me a kiss first. I'll give it to you. She gives me a kiss, but it's not just off her own free will.
The boo-boo is still, he's just crashed out as well. Mm-hmm. Alright, so that's today. So it's Monday morning, and we hope
We've got a lot of paperwork and stuff to do today, so
yeah.
Lodge stuff with Border Force. I've got to speak to the immigration about visas.
Jess is having trouble with the visa.
Oh well, no, just my photo. They missed my visa. Approved Hudson's because hers was first, appeared first on the list. Mine just didn't even get a look in. Then I contacted them. Then they said, "Oh, your photo is not acceptable," but it was acceptable at the start. Anyway, I can't. They said to upload a new one, but there's no access to upload it. So I've been trying to contact them to find a way to get this new photo across to them so they can approve this. But anyway,
it's supposed to be approved in 5 days, and it's been
2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. Jess lodged Hudson's on the same time through her login. So basically her data, Hudson's data, which was the same as mine. Mine got approved in a couple of days. They've got a 5-day service turnaround.
5 days, and
Hudson's within 5 days. And Jess's black hole.
Just kept sitting there saying, and if there was an issue with the photo, what I don't understand is they just didn't look at it, because if that was the case, they would have sent me the email that I got after I called saying you need to upload a different photo, but they just never looked at it.
But that was the photo you used that they approved to create the profile. Anyway. So worst case, we'll stomp into the Indonesian embassy in Darwin.
Some Indonesian money and phone plans. Got to
we've got a couple of things to do. Well, that's why we're going here. So
stock up and get parts and
the jump to Indonesia from Darwin's only 195 nautical miles, so it's like 30 hours.
It's like from Cape to up here, you were saying something like 30 hours.
30
so we
hours,
really could do 2 days and 1 night, like not even 2 days.
Yeah.
But, you know, just do one overnight, which would be lovely.
Assuming there's wind.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, but yeah, there is wind coming up next week. Anyway.
Yeah, so we'll lodge all those documents, do what we need to do in Darwin. Hopefully pick up the parts, which
Let the guys
I
have some.
emailed them last Wednesday, and doesn't seem to be any action. So I'll get onto them this morning as well.
And yeah, guys can have some land time.
Yeah, the cruise.
But then they'll go to shore. I think then got some friends to catch up with and do a few bits and pieces and probably just stretch their legs really.
Yeah, give them a break.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll
that weird like section over there, like that.
Oh, look, a little eddy in the middle there where the currents are going round and round, 23 metres deep, so it's a fair bit of swirling going on to have that happen at the top surface. Alright. We said look at that, look at something, of course Boo's arced up and he's at a yap and he's on duty now. Look at that, what is it?
He's on guard.
Oh, Boo. It's nothing. It's the water. Boo, it's the water. Shh.
You need to just put the camera
Yeah. Okay.
He's all hopped up.
I'll put him back in his box.
Woo! Whoa! He wants your cereal now. He's over the ball game.
Oh, he's got it. Oh. Boo. Oh, he's a good catch, Hudson, isn't he? Oh. Don't you break that, Boo. Oh, he's too good. He's too good of a catch.
How to amuse a dog and a toddler. We're sailing a ball on a string.
While sailing in with no wind.
Yeah, well, we're not really sailing, are we?
We're motor sailing.
Yeah.
Very little help from the wind. Wind's supposed to be behind us, straight behind us. We've set up for the parasailor and the wind is 30 degrees, right on our nose. Well, we've been motoring / motor sailing, although there's no wind in the sail. All day. Bloody Darwin. Still trying to get into Darwin, no wind. It's been like pulling teeth.
I know, it's so damn hot too.
Last 100 nautical miles. We were closer to Indonesia than we were to Darwin yesterday. But anyway, so Bug's just having a bit of a play in some water. Jess is finally getting to relax. He's full-time, 24/7 with Hudson. On these sort of, yeah.
It's hard to keep it.
So we're looking forward to getting to Indonesia and just smelling the roses and relaxing and staying at anchorages and going on shore.
Just deciding when we want to leave because we want to leave, not because we have to be somewhere else. Or...
Yeah. Oh, what do you got there, Hudson? You got everything.
Oh yeah.
Cups.
Lots of stuff.
Syringes.
Lots of stuff. There you go. Watering can.
And a watering can. They have that daddy fill. Our mum might put some water in there.
Daddy put some water in there?
Yeah, mummy put some water in there. Just spray, just shower. Bruno's just barked and deafened Lawrence. Barked in Lawrence's ear as he does.
There you go. What's in ready? There you go. Take that. Stick on that and pose myself.
Yeah, why not?
I won't waste too much water though. Things that we can't swim in Darwin unless we go to like a pool or something.
Yeah, we might. I think they got a nice lagoon or something in there. We'll do there.
The guys are saying
Yeah, we'll check it out. There's a market.
With a pool, like
Bar with a
yeah,
pool.
I know.
Wow. I can go to the bar and you can go to the pool.
I'd be happy with that. I would literally be content.
That's like everyone's a winner.
Don't need the drink, just the
I
pool.
believe it. And I don't need the pool.
No,
I can just drink.
Yeah, perfect. That works out really well.
Yeah. All right.
We'll just keep playing.
Yeah, we'll be anchoring in about half an hour.
Okay.
Just around that point there. Yep.
Watch out, Buggy. Showers will shoot through. Whoa. All right. Fill your bucket up again. Fill this up. Okay, would you sit down there? Sit down for me. Here you go. That's the first time I've been wet since we've been moving, other than Lizard Island. Other than I've had showers, but I mean, like, just enjoying the cool water.
Just taking a video.
Yeah, oh yeah, cool.
Feeding time at the zoo.
Oh, isn't it ever?
We've just released Boo Boo from inside. Yes, mate. To clean up after Hudson. Apparently he hasn't had enough cleaning up. He's still... Boo Boo, you want to go back inside? Boo, Boo.
That was a yes.
You want to go back inside? Okay, I'm going to have to put him back inside.
So we were supposed to make it to Darwin today, but everything is, excuse my language, our code 0 started unfurling and ripped to shreds. We have been dashing into a massive swell for, sorry, probably 8 hours now. Yeah, nothing was predicted, my God. Anyway, hopefully we'll just make it in here safely and this pumping will stop. It's been sleeping most of the time, so sorry for the wonderful view of my head. I'm just lying here keeping her company because she's literally bouncing and lifting off the ground, so I don't really want to leave her. Craig's been up the flybridge the whole time trying to hand steer and deal with all that shit. Anyway, hopefully we'll be in there soon, and then Darwin tomorrow. God help us. So, the last day before Darwin, that was meant to be yesterday, but it wasn't. We had some pretty hectic sailing yesterday. It was predicted about 13 knots, but it was about 30. There was storms all around, so when we woke up there was a little bit of swell and you could hear the wind. We didn't think it was going to be that bad, but we sort of pushed out because we were waiting on currents because it's quite hectic through there. So we had the current going with us the whole way, which was amazing, but then we had the wind and swell going against us, so it just like whipped these waves up to, you know, it was about probably 2 meters and it was smashing straight on the bow. So the boat got hammered. She had a big saltwater bath yesterday. We had the code 0 just like rather than leave it on the deck, we didn't really want to leave it on the tramps with the way the waves and swell were, so we thought, we'll just put it up. It was tightly furled, we thought, but because the winds were so strong, it started to unfurl at the top. So it was a mad dash. We were trying to drop it down onto the trampoline. Obviously the wind was catching it, went over the side. We were trying to pull it back in. the side, get it back on the tramp. Anyway, we ripped a big hole in it, so that was really fun. That's like a $10,000 experiment. Anyway, hopefully someone can just patch it up for now. We don't really want to go any further without a code zero because it's like one of our favourite sails. But anyway, we're heading into Darwin now, so we stopped at a bay. We had a really nice calm night, which was awesome, and we're having almost a picture perfect sail across the bay into Darwin. It's like 2 hours. We've got, I don't know, 17 knots sort of at about, I don't know, 120 degrees, head sail up. We're doing like 7 knots, calm seas. Yeah, this is exactly how we wanted to end the trip, especially for the crew. The crew are now getting off at Darwin, so we really didn't want to end it on such a terrible note yesterday. So this has kind of worked out okay. So we'll be in there in about an hour and a half. We have managed to book a marina space. We don't normally do marinas, but look, there's a lot of tide action here, so 6-7 metre tides every day, which isn't a problem, you can navigate it, but we have quite a few little bits and pieces that we need to fix and repair on the boat. With Hudson and the dog as well, we just thought it might be nice just to have some ease getting off the boat whenever we want, going walking, and if Craig's doing maintenance and things like that, he will, no doubt, he'll have to get a part, come back, thinks he's got it all sorted, and then something will crop up and he'll need something else, so then he'd have to take the tender in, time it with tides, whatever. So we just thought for a week it would be nice to just have simple access to shore. Yeah, we've got a few things coming already, so we've got the code zero that we have to fix. Hopefully it's fixable. We'll have the throttle cables, the throttle clip, I don't know, there's just a whole bunch of other crap that needs to be fixed. So yeah, the marina will be a nice change. We're all very excited because we're going to get off this afternoon and hopefully just go straight into the pub and have a feed and a beer. Is pretty well all I care about at the moment. Bit of a process to get into the marina. You have to book it, obviously, call fisheries. They need to ask you a whole bunch of questions to make sure you don't come in there with any kind of, I don't know, bugs or something on your boat. Thankfully we've been cleared for that, so we don't have to go through that inspection. And yeah, then we just have to call the security, and they let us in through the Loch. So it's open from 6 to 11 p.m, but it's tide dependent, so they have to squeeze us in there. We're about 7.7 metres wide, and it is 8.5 metres wide, so it'll be a nice tight fit. Probably just enough room for the fenders, to be honest, but that's okay. And then yeah, we'll get in there and get tied off. The interesting part's going to be our upstairs throttle is only the starboard engine, so we don't have the port engine because that cable's broken. So steering into marina, we usually use the throttles a fair bit, so Craig will have to do it from the controls downstairs, which don't give him the best view. So anyway, we'll have to guide him into that, but hopefully it won't be too big a deal. And then we can tie off and everyone can relax. Finally relax. Anyway, we'll take some video of that. We finally made it to Darwin. My God, what an epic adventure. The crew must be thrilled. They'll be able to get off the boat very soon. The next part of this is the Loch that you could see straight ahead there. So we are navigating our way in, and unfortunately it is low tide, so it's going to be a bit interesting. We have to get all the way up there, tie off to a wharf, and then the guy will come down and instruct us. We do an induction, all that sort of stuff. Obviously there's a bit involved in it, and then yeah, he'll open the lock and let us in. That sounds like it's going to be pretty easy, but it is definitely not going to be that easy. I think the hardest part at the current moment is the fact that we don't have the throttles upstairs, so Craig will be doing that from downstairs while I'll be upstairs sort of guiding him in, talking through the headsets, because the view and vision is not great down there. But anyway, wish us luck. So we're slowly approaching the entrance to the Loch. You can see the channel markers up there, which is where you need to go to get into, tie off to the wharf. The issue that we have is there's a lot of sandbanks on the side. Unfortunately for us, which I don't have footage of, we ran aground. So we just went straight in thinking we would go straight through those, but you really needed to go very far off to the left. Thankfully we managed to get off the sandbar, and it was the very bottom of the low, so that did help us. But yeah, that kind of set the tone for the rest of this Loch expedition, so just brace yourself for what's to come. Alright, I don't know if we're straight still. How are we looking there, Lucas? Shit, we're sort of going a bit. I am, and we're turning. I turned the rudders, but we're not moving. back on the wheel, like we're back straight again, because I just don't know how. Like pushing us, yeah, okay. So these are those ladders that they're talking about. The very furthest one. This one, okay, so who's doing that? We're going to tie the stern off. Guys, do they know? I don't know what. We need to tie off to this first ladder. We need to tie off to the first ladder, this one here, Craig. Okay. Oh, so the furthest. Did you say the furthest? Sorry, we're like being pushed. The nose is going into. Yep, we're going to run into the wall on the left. On the right, so we need to turn left. I've got full lock. And it's not moving, so. Okay, so where do we, does someone, we need to get the bow rope onto a pole. Guys? Yeah, he's spending. All right, so we have, how's she going to do that, Craig? We're not close enough. Sorry? Where'd he say? The pole, you have to wrap it around that pole. Yeah. No, you don't get off the. Well, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Lucas, back over there. Okay, so who's tying on where? Where do you want us to tie on? Okay, just it's fine. Bow. The rear. Tie the rear on. We're going. Watch the bow. We have to put a thing down. Okay, we need to tie. We're not close enough. He's trying to pull us in. Okay. All right. Do you want to move that up the cleat? Is it underneath the, yep, good girl. All right, we're going to get a rope. Yep, just go. Go, go, go. Good girl. All right, we're getting a rope around. No, he said, is that where we tie it? Okay, he said to tie it. He's up the top telling us to tie it off. Watch the bow. Okay, pull it really tight. Now we can get. Do you want me to get out there, Craig? The bow, the bow. All right. Just let it go. Just let it go. All right. She's trying to hold it, and you're going forward. No. Do you want me to tie it off? Is it tied off, Lawrence? Good girl. She's getting it tied off now, and then we're going to do the front one. Okay, so that, good girl, Lawrence. Just get it locked, and we'll worry about it, babe. Thank you. Okay, now yep, Lucas is there. He's going to tie the ladder. Good job. Just lock it off, Lucas. Does Lucas just lock that off on the ladder? Alright, I'm not at the wheel at the moment. Like, I'm at the wheel, but I'm not doing anything. Yeah, well, we're locked off, but... Jesus. Okay. Alright, the wheel's straight, so... What was that? Yeah, that's okay. Oh, I know, there's a big ball out there. That's so we don't run into anything. lock doors are shutting. So we've made it into the lock, barely. They're shutting us in now. It was a bit hectic, wasn't it? Oh, we're tied off. The guys are watching that line, and we've got one over there. There's a guy up the top telling us what's going on. I probably feel like we don't really know what's going on anyway, but now they're going to fill the lock and we'll go up, 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 up. Fucking hectic just to get into a marina. Anyway, once we're tied off in the marina, we'll be all worth it. We've left Boo Boo downstairs. Hudson's up with me, and she's being a very good girl, thankfully. Anyway, up now, and we're slowly going up, 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 up. Oh my god. Relatively stressful past couple of weeks, to be honest, but hopefully. And then we just find out too that apparently you're not allowed animals in here yet. Nobody told us that before we walked in and got in the lock. So anyway, I don't know. See how it goes when we get in here. The marina. That was fun.
God, that's the worst.
Your face says it all.
In my life. Thank God we had Lucas and Lawrence.
Yeah. Poor Lawrence.
And even with the four of us. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was the worst experience.
Oh.
So we had to tie up on this fuel wharf, waiting for the lock guy. And then, so the complication for us is I couldn't control the boat from the top because I got a broken cable. So I had to be down here, and obviously the visibility isn't great. You're not supposed to be manoeuvring a boat from here. We have controls, but Jess is upstairs steering, which is her worst nightmare. So we're on the dock. There's two boats in front of us, but they're tied off side by side. So we then there's a boat behind us. So we managed to get in there, thank God. So then we had to spring the back off. We had to get around those. We had to get into this dock. Now we're 7.7 metres wide.
It's 8.5.
Is it 8.5? So that's only like half a metre on each side.
Not even.
So there's water rushing out of the dock, so it's pushing the bow of the boat around naturally. So we're supposed to go into this dock.
Loch.
No help. There's no one helping. I just assumed they'd have guys with poles as they do when you're hauling out, getting into a sling. Nothing. We had no one. The sides of the lock are just filthy, and instead of tying off to anything, we had to like thread our lines through a ladder and through a pole,
and then unthread and thread.
So
unthread.
So we had to get close enough, and this is a concrete wall with bits of, I don't know, rusty metal hanging off it. So we had to get close enough to the guys to thread the ropes through to lock them off. And this is in the meantime, there's water going through the lock, so it's pushing the bow of the boat out. But as soon as the bow of the boat goes out like a foot, a half a metre, so I'm going to try and bring the front of the boat around, because you bring the front of the boat around and the back of the boat goes out. So Lawrence and Lucas are running around like blue-ass blowflies from one side of the boat to the other, trying to keep us off the wall, the concrete wall, while old mate lock operators standing up there making jokes. So then we finally get it tied off with no damage to the boat. I don't know how. And then we go to get out of the lock. So of course, you know, the wind's blowing, so we let the ropes go, moving out of the lock. As soon as we get near the end of the lock, of course, the wind starts blowing, so it starts pushing the boat over to the port side. But again, because I can't manoeuvre the boat, because we had no room, if I turn the bow into the wind, the stern would go into the wall. So I'm down here trying to do the engines. Jess is upstairs on the helm. Thank God we had the headphones.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, thank God we managed to get through there, and then we had to get into our berth. So again, we're sort of backing into the berth. I can't see out at the back, so this is my view here. I can't see. We've got to lock the steering off. We have to go with the engines. I can't see, and of course we get pretty well close, and then the wind starts pushing us onto the boat next to us. Now,
well, thankfully we had the guy on the dock grab a rope. Lucas jumped off.
We had someone on the dock, thank God, and he was pulling his heart out, and we were still.
I know. Then Lawrence was over there trying to push us off the boat, and
so Lawrence.
It's awfully close, that boat. You can.
Lawrence has got bumpers on the other boat. Thank God it's a dumper. It doesn't matter. So anyway.
We're in.
My God, that was like an hour and a half.
That just sums up the journey to Darwin.
Yeah,
really.
That just a bit of. Plus, on the way in, we ran aground.
That's right.
There. So they know how much we draw. How much room we got underneath us. Yep. No problems. So we're going in between their markers. Jess is upstairs. I'm down here. All of a sudden, Sam, stop. We're on the sandbank, in the middle of the markers. So in the middle of the channel, we're stuck on the sandbank. So then 10-15 minutes to get the boat off the sandbank. And then a little boat went in before us, and in actual fact you have to go right next to the port marker, swing around, over to the starboard marker, and then you straighten up. So no buoys there, no indication, no, hey, we're coming in, Mr. Lockmaster. Oh, okay. Well, what you need to do is stick to the left, stick to the port marker, and then no.
To be honest, they probably don't have any idea. I don't see them going in and out of that lock on a boat anytime soon.
Cullen Bay Marina.
Then we were in the lock, and they tell us you're not allowed to have dogs after we filled the forms, paid for it, done everything.
Of course,
did all of that, got in the lock, and then can't have animals.
We're all out running around trying to keep the boat from smashing into the side of the lock, and of course the dogs. We've had to let the dog keep him inside to keep, and then he starts barking, and old mate Dockmaster hears him barking, goes, "Oh no, you're not allowed dogs in here." That's like, well, and number one, I didn't see that in any documentation. No one asked us, no one told us.
The guy was really nice though when we got here. He's like, look, it is in the writing, but no one reads it. So I was like, okay. Cool.
Yeah, so
I said we were sailing yesterday in shitty weather when we went through all this.
Well, they're in the middle of the dock now, so we can't go.
And then we forgot that Boo Boo jumped off. And we tied off at the wharf. Poor Lucas had to fly off the boat. What the hell's that fluffy looking thing?
Jumped off the boat.
And it was high. Oh, anyway. Hudson's had a hard time of it. She's out. I wish I could do that. And everyone's having beers.
So we could be living at Cullen Bay Marina for the next 10 years because
I don't even know about leaving again.
Maybe that's their ploy.
Yeah, lock you in.
No one ever leaves Cullen Bay Marina. Or no cats. And this is the only marina in Darwin that's big enough for a catamaran.
Really shut up.
I mean, a mono would be okay. You got a bit more half the width.
You cannot bark, Boo Boo. You have to be very, very quiet on your very best behaviour. Well guys, that is officially a wrap of our time in Australian waters. Our adventures from the east coast of Queensland across the top end and finally into Darwin have come to an end, and so has our time with our wonderful crew. Our plans were to have them join us as we cross our first big ocean passage into Indonesian waters. However, that is not going to happen, so stay tuned guys and make sure you join us to see what we get up to as just one family unit minus our two crew. Thank you for watching, and please support us by clicking the subscribe button below.